Hello everyone and welcome to A Slice with Strife. I'm of course William Strife and this is Sunless Sea. So, I've gotten a couple of requests. I have asked, it's like, what do you want me to play? Of the games that are out there, and Sunless Sea was one of the games that I saw, and I was like, you know what, I've actually seen Sunless Sea. It looks fairly interesting, but I've never actually cracked into it, so I thought, why not? So I went out, bought the game, and then it promptly went on sale 2 days later, and I was like, I hate my life, but what choices? Anyways, I've played a little bit of this game, not too terribly much, and it's been a while since I've played it as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and just hit new game. And yeah, we're gonna start a new game. I don't even remember what I was up to before this, so we'll load into a new one. Alright, so here we are in Fallen London. Let's see what we have here. Captain's making. 3 decades ago, the reign of Victoria London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the Undersea. I feel like I should be speaking this in, like an English accent, like a posh English accent or something. Not that I can do one, but still. Okay, so choose a past. We'll do that first. We can choose a history behind who we are. So, who were you? A sea urchin, a poet, a veteran of the campaign of 68, or an ordained priest, a natural philosopher. Your peculiar theories on time, blood, and starlight brought you down to the Neath, the cavern where London lies, and now they take you out to the Zee. So, let's be the veteran of the campaign of 68, because dealing damage is all good and well. You fought in the invasion of hell. London's armies lost, you survived, your loot and your pension have brought you a command. So, we'll go with that one. You fought in the invasion of hell, etc. Stern and exacting. They will not trifle with you. You promised a job to your acquaintance, the shady cook. He'll do until you find someone less disgusting. Talk to him to find out why he went to the Zee. You were a wary soldier now, da-da-da-da-da. So, lots of exposition if you want to read. And then, what does winning mean to me? Your father's bones. Your father was lost at Zee. You never knew him, but you've often dreamed of him. Find and return his remains to London for a decent burial. So, your father's bones, fulfillment, wealth, a private kingdom. So, that's a couple of them. I can't do the private kingdom. It's locked. I haven't unlocked it yet. So, fulfillment, gather hundreds of tales, learn all you can of the Zee, write a masterpiece, retire. I like this one a whole lot, fulfillment. It's like, no, I'm not out there to get rich. The idea is getting rich off of a book much later in my life, retire on that money. My goal is to, just gather tons of tales and write them down in my logbook, captain's log, etc. So we'll do fulfillment. And not that it really matters ultimately, I could just jump in without doing any of this stuff. So, a last scrap of paperwork. Captain, an irregularity of the Harbor Master's office. With the Harbor's Master's office, they wish to know what term of address you prefer ashore. This will determine what people call you, call your captain. By the captain's gender is up to you. Madam, sir, citizen, my lord, my lady, and captain. So I'll just stick with captain. Captain will do perfectly well ashore as well as at sea. Thank you. So, captain it is. A piece of advice, explore, take chances. The captain will probably die. The Zee is hungry, but each captain passes on lessons to the next. So we'll hit continue. Then we get to choose our icon for who we are. I kind of like this one. I've always enjoyed this one, and we'll just call myself William. Not just William. We'll hit accept. London. She's the greatest city in the Undersea. Your lodgings, advice for new captains. A passenger. Okay, so let's check this out. A passenger. Someone in the docks wants to board your ship. Agree to carry the unsettled Salvanger to Venderbright. She visits Wolfstack every day in Zee-stained rags, begging for passage. No captain will look her in the eye. So, let's chat with her a little bit. She embraces you. I'd kiss you, but my beloved is prone to jealousy. We were parted, but the ancient captain at Venderbright will know where she is. Okay, so, I guess I accepted her on board. Bound for Venderbright, welcome. Okay, that's definitely not the most interesting passenger I've ever picked up. London. Let's check London. Visit the Admiralty's survey office. They'll pay for information from Z captains. Find out what and how. So this is important. We'll continue. The Admiralty's... Am I saying that right? Admiralties. I guess that's how it's said. Picket fleets and intelligence networks are long gone. The survey office pays Z captains a small sum for recent information. Visit and investigate ports to gain port reports and trade them in here. The first time you trade in a port report, you'll gain Admiralty favor. So, ask if there's anything they need in particular. Well, if we can be sure of your discretion, speak to our agent, this port. Okay. Speak to our agent there and return. We'll see that you're rewarded. Visit the port below and return to London. You can check the details in your journal entry. Retrieve strategic information from Gaider's Morn in the Corsus Forest, somewhere not far from home waters. Okay, that's fair. So we're done there. We know exactly what needs to be done. Anything else here? Visit the university. That's locked. Carouse. Hire on more crew. Don't really have the money to do that. Put your ship in dry dock for repairs and sometimes other purposes. Offer passengers offer a passage to a tomb colonist. An emigrant will pay to be taken north to Venderbright. For Venderbight. Whatever. I can't say that word. Okay. It's oddly difficult to die in fallen London, but when a Londoner is too tatty and wretched to live, they wrap themselves in bandages and take ship for the tomb colonies. Your crew cart these ones aboard in padded coffins. They'll sleep there until the journey is done. The tomb colonist is in your hold. Take them north to the colony of Venderbright and sell them there. So it's a little bit strange. I think we're done in London here. We'll go ahead and check story hold journal. No, oh no, wait, there we go. I can actually check these things. Journal, shops. I can't really do much of anything here. I mean, I'm good on supplies, so we will close this, and we will close that. Launch, and W speeds me up. S throws me into reverse, slows me down, etc. And then I can steer my ship. So, it's off to the Z. So, Venderbright was the first place that I had to go. Toggle lights, Z-Bat, repair ship. Full power engines. And we want to stay away from other ships to a certain extent. Gain 50 fragments for discovering the abyss. Discovered the Hunter's Keep. Oh. The Hunter's Keep. This place is usually really close to London anyway, so... Wait, can I veer off to the left here? And get some, No? Nothing for the low Barnet? Alright, let's head over to the Hunter's Keep and see if we can, What is this? Discover the low Barnet. Oh, well, that took a little bit to actually find it. Okay. Let's go ahead and dock over here. There we go, dock. Advice for the captain. A much lamented M. Demerix found a watery grave long ago. Probably your end will be no better, but if you read this book of invaluable advice, chances are you will improve. Let's not. A hump of dark rock swathed in the mist, like 100 other undersea islands. But here's a grand house, windows aglow, lawns impossibly green and lush in the far starlight. You stand on the dock as the sea nudges the ship's sides. An unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest trace of lavender. Present yourself at the house, walk in the gardens, reconnoiter the island. Plunging cliffs, soft green lawns, a well tucked away in a fold of the grounds. Anything else? Spy on the house. A very modest challenge. So I don't think we'll spy. We'll walk the gardens for a little bit. Take a couple of burly sailors with you, just in case, but the gardens are tranquil as moonlight. Go. The lawns are neatly trimmed, and the night flowers of the neath bloom here in profusion. You watch the hedgerows, but nothing comes to menace you. You can savor the peace. There is a pointed cough from the shadow of a potting shed. An angular woman in a maid's uniform, her eyes a peculiar sulphurous yellow, advances, frowning. She indicates the house, turns on her heel, and leaves. You know something of Hunter's Keep. Okay, so I've learned a bit of Hunter's Keep. Let's just go ahead and present myself at the house. A maid with smoldering topaz eyes shows you into the parlor, where 3 young women wait. "A visitor," the youngest cries. The next youngest chuckles. The eldest sighs. "Do excuse the indecorum," she says. "Visitors are rare. You are very welcome. I am Cynthia. The noisy one is Phoebe. The cheerful one is Lucy. You are in good time for lunch. Will you join us?" So we'll now do luncheon with the sisters. Cynthia grasps your arm and whispers to you. Her eyes are wide and blue. Her hair is wild and tangled. Bats might nest in it. It seems to you you are sitting on a hillside, above a wide blue lake, listening to a story of a murder, and an axe, a net, blood on scented water. "Another chop?" Cynthia asks. "You've barely touched your food. Here, I'll have the maid wrap something up for you. You can't be hungry. It's not safe to be hungry." That's very strange. I now have 1 more wary point. I now have 1 tale of terror. That's all for now. I gained 1 supply, new total of 6, and I've lost 32 hunger. Iron remains unchanged, and the occurrence, the gods of the Z, salt's attention, quality is now. That writing didn't really make a lot of sense to me. Okay, so now we will depart. I'm not really certain that I'm reading the words here all that well. Do I have a map? Yes, I do. So, like always, I'm ever headed for the lands of the dead up to the north. Barnquith or something. Laughter from the foredeck. Stay away from me. Ha. Alright. Smashed up a ship. Sweet. Okay. You've destroyed a pirate's steam pinnacle. The ship is yours. What do you do with her? Loot and scuttle. She's a vile old vessel. These Z's aren't safe. Take what you can and move on. The pinnacle doesn't sail far from their hidden harbors, but here's something at the back of the hold. You have finished opening a cache of curiosities. Shake out a little and let it glimmer in the light. A bolt of fabric. A parabola is a serpent placed behind mirrors, or someone made that up, but in that case, where do they weave their sleek and ambery glimmering cloth? You have finished opening the cache. I now have 1 bale of parabola linen. Nice. All clear. Nothing else to worry about. This looks like it might be the dead lens, or whatever it's supposed to be called. Carissa's Point. Well, I mean, it's a process. I'm making further. I'm making strides. Let's find our way into the dock. Horman Stag. I wonder what this place is over here. Okay, so the dock for Carissa's Point is right here. I think that these are just ruins on the right. The trouble with the tomb colonists. You've brought the decaying emigrant north. Now what? Your last fight. Your passenger has been drinking. Ahoy! She chortles. Defend yourself! She launches a tipsy assault. Your crew hanging back, chuckling. Thanks, crew. A straightforward challenge. Your iron quality gives you a 100% chance of success. An effortless defense. Tomb colonists have a lifetime of bitter experience. Some of them are the deadliest combatants under the earth. Possibly this one is, when she hasn't drunk quite so much rum. You'll never know. She salutes you, laughing after you disarm her. Good fight, she opines. Then she staggers backwards and falls on the side. You never do find what happened to her, but at least you have her rather magnificent cavalry saber and her belongings. The tomb colony of Venderbight. Venderbight. Is that I'm saying it bright. I think I'm saying it wrong. Find ancient captains to speak to the unsettled savior. Dusty glass of wine. Explore Venderbight. Okay, so here they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculptures until they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. So we'll make a report. A raggedy fellow. Captain, I'm a good seaman. I'm yours if you'll have me. Will you have me? I'm hungry. I'll work hard. He seems likely enough, if a little ragged and sorrowful. So, someone has come to me. Take him with you, leave him here, pay his passage home. I guess I'll take him with me. Might as well. Take him with you. You could use an extra hand. The way through the waves, all the way back to the ship, he talks excitedly about the seaman's craft. You start paying attention when he mentions navigational tricks you haven't come across. With luck, he'll work as hard as he talks. There may be further effects from this decision. Visit the first curator. Captains, the first curator gives audience. The first curator is responsible for the preservation of the tomb colonies. It has been here much longer than London, like all the oldest tomb colonists, but even tomb colonists dissolve in the end. Its time is close. Okay. Continue on. The first curator's manes. No more light, the obscurators... The obscurus steward cautions you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. He opens the door and you step into the near darkness. A pair of luminous lighter bees buzz in a latticed ivory tube. There is no other source of light. The bandaged shape, no larger than a child, lies crumpled on a couch. It lifts its head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish its voice from the soft buzz of the bees. Listen, Captain, silk skin. No, not much left of me. I will go into the Grand Sanatorium. Bring me colors. 7 colors. Pay well. I'll ask about the Grand Sanatorium. Oh, Silkskin, you don't want to know. The chuckling becomes a cough. We don't die here below, not unless we go to sea. So we need something else. Somewhere to end. And with that, I get the choice of whether or not to take the mission or not. I guess I'll accept it. There we go. Thank you. This poor flesh thirsts for colors. It collapses, rustling back on the couch. Even the effort of speaking seems to have diminished it a little. The audience is over as the door opens. It shrinks from the finger of light that reaches across the floor. Outside, the whatever steward nods. The book? Yes, the book. He hands you a slim, illustrated volume. The curator is old as dust. We will all be grateful for you if you do it one last favor. Okay, so, a page. Got a bunch of pages. Nothing else, it seems. Alright, and it looks like that's pretty much everything that I had to get done here. And it looks like that's pretty much everything for me to do, so we will depart. We're done here. We will launch off. And the way I see it, I can shuffle this wee little boat of mine back to London, turn my stuff, turn those port reports in, because I don't have to spend too long out at sea. It doesn't have to be a, perpetual thing. We'll head off. Returning to London, the lights of London welcome you home. This story only appears when you've been at sea for a little while. Collect messages from the harbor master. A breath of relief. Alright, let's collect messages. Oh my god, talk about updates. Alright, all the clatter and the songs of the dockside, it soothes your soul. Let's see, something has changed underneath. Someone wants to sign on. That's all for now. You now have one of another day free evening. I think I've collected... No, I haven't really... the Rose Market bustles on the Roser's Wharf. Who will be there today? Alright then. Jeez. Okay, so that's everything for Sunless Sea for me. It's a bit of a different game. I'm not entirely certain that it's completely up my alley. Some of the writing strikes me as very, very bizarre. Not that the experience is overall bad. I kind of like the general concept of the way that the roguelike functions. But you can see how the developers have done their best to, you know, make something interesting for, you know, a story experience. Unfortunately, because it's a roguelike, I don't know, just a lot of this game is very bizarre to me, and I'm not entirely certain that it's up my alley. That being said, I do understand that it's a good game, and there are a fair number of people who enjoy it. And they do have another game coming out, which I believe is called Sunless Sky, which is more steampunk, or, you know, just a different type of fantasy, which I think that their Kickstarter for it has already succeeded. But this has been, Sunless Sea with me, William Strife. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I played it upon request, and you know, maybe there's another game out there that you guys want to see me give a shot to. If that is the case, go ahead and suggest it in the comments below. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching. This has been Sunless Sea. It's a reasonably okay game from my experience, which I haven't played it that much. I'd give it probably about a 6 out of 10. Not a bad game, just mostly because it's not up my alley. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll hope to see you guys in another video another time. Until then, though, stay well. Bye!